Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. So this one's going to be slightly different. We're going to be touching on some drama. Earlier in the year, I was covering the drama with the St. Jude fiasco, the super chat fiasco with I don't know, with one of our members of the drama community. There was it came to be found out that all the super chats that were acknowledged and told to the community, the entire community, that the super chats were going to St. Jude to as donations to this charity, this children's charity in America. It's like a research hospital that looks for cures for cancer, the best treatments for cancer, and it treats children there, I believe, from around the world. And it's a well-renowned hospital. It's amazing. Okay, it's like a home for children that have to visit and stay for long periods of time. It's an amazing hospital, an amazing cause. Anyway, so a channel in our community was claiming that all her super chats were going to St. Jude, and she sat on her channel for 2 to 3 years approximately, spewing this story that yes, all super chats go to St. Jude, right? This is on recordings across the community. There's still recordings of it. Said all super chats go to St. Jude. All super chats go to St. Jude, right? So people would write on their super chats to this channel, this is for the children, God bless you for sending this to the children, and all this kind of thing, right? Anyway, when she first started doing that, she promised to show receipts. And initially, I believe she did on a community page. Anyway, none was shown for a long period of time. And there ended up being a fight between this channel and another channel. And the other channel started saying, where are your receipts for the money that you sent to St. Jude? Because this channel would... it was got to be quite a big channel, so over 6,000 subscribers, right? And she'd have like 700 people in her live stream. She'd go live twice a week. And there's a manipulation involved, in my humble opinion, because they would get the crowd stirred up, and there would be a villain, right? Somebody that is opposing something that this channel had said or done, or one of their opinions. And somebody that would oppose her or criticize her in some way. Even myself, I was called out, I think, like 3 or 4 times on that channel. And the way she would call them out, because she had very loyal subscribers and often people that were more the emotional thinking type, they were easily swayed along with this. When she would start critiquing or attacking the person that she had an issue with, the people in her live streams, a lot of them would go along with her opinion and say, what kind of shitty person is this? That person's a piece of shit. Who the fuck do they think they are? So they'd be saying all these hate-filled comments in the stream, right? And when you think about it, 600 or 700 people in a chat, plus the host and her partner, and they're degrading and dehumanizing this person because there's been, some disagreement somewhere or some dislike. And it carries on repeatedly, more than once on these kind of streams. There is an element there of bullying and cruelty, and a question of your own empathy, right? Because why does it need all these people to get involved in an issue that the host of the channel has with somebody else, right? Boundaryless behavior, mean. It was horrible to watch, absolutely awful to watch, the person on the receiving end of it. So anyway, things came to a head, and this channel was asked to show receipts for the super chats that she was claiming that were going to St. Jude's. She couldn't show receipts. So she was known as a scammer of St. Jude in the drama community, right? This is just the backstory. So recently, after this all came to a head, she was asked for the receipts and she refused, and she disappeared. She turned on her friends. She let all her friends take the heat because there was like 2 sides of this thing, and I was involved in it as well. I was calling for and did believe that she needed to show the receipts, right? Because I'd had my suspicions for a long time and even mentioned it on Twitter and tried to encourage people rather than to super chat her and it allegedly go to St. Jude, I was about the direct links, because previously I'd been a member in the Boyd community, and we'd had Tucker over there who did the same thing. He would encourage people to donate on the back of hating on somebody else, get the chat all stirred up into a frenzy, hating on this person, and then he'd say things like, oh, they hate me getting super chats, they hate that you all like me, they hate that I've got a better channel than them. And in the minds of the people in the chat, they'd want to get back at that person too, to defend the host, because they were loyal to the host. So they would write stuff on some of these super chats that were quite cruel, right, about the person that the host was attacking, right? So even objectively, it became kind of sick and sadistic to observe, right? And very clever manipulation of this host, Tucker, to stir his chat up in such a way. And because they blindly trusted him and had blind loyalty to him, right, kept no boundaries, he was scamming them the whole time. He was keeping the money and not doing what he said he was supposed to be doing with this money. And that all came to a head, and he was found out to be a scammer, blah, blah, blah. And then so after that point, I was very, and I suspected him for a while too, with his sleazy, charming behaviour. And then after that was found out, I was about the direct links. And then I'd noticed that this other channel, Diane's channel, I believed at first that she was showing receipts on a community page, and I'd gone to a community page and noticed that they weren't there. And I thought it was odd at the time, right? But she had such a reputation in the community that, like of a person of good character and good morals. And she presented herself to be wealthy, didn't need anything, wasn't in need of any donations or any money, or she didn't want any super chats for herself. She was happy to send it all to St. Jude. This is the image that was presented. So when there was a failure to show receipts that these super chats did go to St. Jude, everything fell to pieces. This house of cards fell, and she was found out to be a liar. She wasn't actually sending all these super chats to St. Jude. So recently she has come back, and this has been several months now. So recently she's come back and she's shown her face, and she's adamant that she's going to start back on her channel, mentioning things that I've talked about doing on my channel. And she's back with a vengeance, pretty much. So this is a reaction, because she came back and did an apology about a week ago. And then straight after that, she ended up on Alicia's channel. This is Alicia Clare's channel. You're going to hear her in a moment. And I'm not reacting to Alicia. I don't have anything negative to say about Alicia. But she has a conversation with Diane. So it's going to be the conversation with Diane that I am reacting to. So I'm going to start that off right now. Brace yourself.
If Analyzer can come back, then Diane should be able to come back. And along with the other scammers that are overlooked in the community. They're back. They've been back. Okay? So why not let her come back? And she can donate where she's got to go right back and donate. Everything has to go to St. Jude's.
So this is Alicia's opinion, right? And it's fair enough, right? That's her opinion. We have no right to force or try and keep somebody off the internet, right? If we're about boundaries, it means that we also keep boundaries with people that we perceive to be toxic, scammers even, liars, whatever, right? Just because we don't like people or we think that they're heinously in the wrong, we can't stop them being on the internet, right? What we can do is not watch, pretty much, or stay away from that person and give them no, attention of any kind. So Alicia's pretty much saying that she's here. She's saying that she's coming back. So just let her come back, and to take steps to make it where she's going to be more tolerated, right? Because we all feel very strongly about this return of hers. I don't agree with it. I don't know how she has the nerve to show her face. So Alicia's pretty much saying that if you're going to come back, take steps to at least make it right, and you're going to hit less roadblocks and less people coming at you if you do it in the right way.
Me? No, if you're going to come back, and I'm going to make you a mod so no one can block you. Everything you're making, because I have never talked about St. Jude on my channel. I don't do that shit. Come back. have your channel. People will accept you. I'll give you a pass. Okay? But why don't you donate it all to St. Jude? You shouldn't gain anything off of it. If you're going to go live and talk about things to raise awareness, then you need to donate it all to St. Jude. Because for 3 years, you claimed 100% of it was going to St. Jude's when it was not. So make up for that. Come back. We'll all support you. Okay? And it can all go to St. Jude. What's wrong with that?
See, what is wrong with that? I wouldn't necessarily support Diane's channel, right? But it's definitely a step in the right direction. However, in my humble opinion, we're dealing with more of a narcissistic personality that doesn't give two shits, right? About how anybody else feels towards her or about what she's done, right?
What's wrong with that, Diane? I don't come on here with that fundraising shit. I don't do any of that. Because I know it's all going to backfire on me. Sorry. I'm not going to do that. So come on up here if you think that I have a lot of nerve calling you out when there's hundreds of people that feel the same way as I do.
So Diane's in the chat and Diane is saying to Alicia, you've got a lot of nerve for what Alicia's saying here. I have not heard one thing wrong with what Alicia's said so far, right? She has been fairer than I would have been, and she's been fairer and kinder than a lot of other people I know would be, right? Because to a lot of us, this is absolutely outrageous that she even dares show her face. Never mind that she has the audacity to come back with an attitude and this defiance.
Why don't you explain to us why I have a lot of nerve for saying that? I think that's a wonderful idea. Yes.
Alicia, are you kidding me?
No, we will support you. Okay? We don't want to fight with you.
Listen, Alicia, I went live and I apologize to the people that I felt that I needed to apologize. I'm sorry if you didn't feel that my apology was sincere enough, but I don't know where you come off telling me what I should do with my channel.
It's everybody. It's not me.
No, you said it. Not everybody. You said it.
I'm telling you how everybody feels because they live vicariously.
No, okay. Well, here, let me tell you how everybody feels about you.
They can all call me a bitch. I can give a fuck.
Right, see, all Alicia's saying is pretty much a general opinion of the best way to come back, right? And the defiance here and the attitude, let me tell you what people think of you, right? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Well, you went real life, right?
Oh, I know I did, and I'm wrong for that. I own my shit.
Well, you never apologized to me.
Because we never spoke. I'm sorry. And I said it out loud, but I knew you were listening.
You're in no position to tell me how I should come back and how I should...
She ignores the apology and the accountability that Alicia has taken. And I have heard Alicia apologise and be regretful about the fact that she went real life. But what you have to understand is there was so much hype and hysteria and toxic people leading the battle to take her down. It did get out of control and people went real life. People did, as wrong as it was, right? People did get caught up in the moment of the mystery behind the character, the real character behind the cartoon that we know to be of Diane, because we discovered none of her friends that had all lied to us and said that they had seen her on FaceTime. We discovered that they hadn't actually seen her, right? Ever. So they began this crazy, like, again, hysteria of who the hell is this person behind this cartoon that has sat on a channel for over 3 years claiming that all their super chat is going to St. Jude, right? So it piqued people's curiosity, right? People wanted to know what had happened. I mean, there was hundreds of people in each of these chats that were happening several times a week, right? After they were finding out and they were hit with the knowledge that this person that they had trusted and had relationships with and sent all this money to, believing that the super chats were going to St. Jude, as she said every Tuesday and Thursday night on her channel, right, for over 2 years, it got insane. Alicia has taken accountability for what she did, right? She has. And yeah, it was wrong. She shouldn't have done it, right? I'm just explaining to you the reality of what was going on at the time when that happened, right? She absolutely just brushes over the apology. She doesn't say, right, well, I still don't forgive what you did, but I'm going to take your apology on board. Okay, I still don't like what you did, but I'm glad to hear you taking accountability. Nothing. Because she doesn't care. It's not about that, all right? It isn't. She doesn't really care that Alicia did that. right? It's just something to attack her with, if you ask me.
Run my channel, and that I should give all of my earnings to St. Jude. I'm done with St. Jude. Over. Done.
Okay,
So it
but
should
why not
be.
make it right and come
Make
back?
it right. Make it right with who?
There you
What are
go.
you talking
The
about?
defiance. Who does she need to make it right with? There's an entire community still upset about what she did, right? Keeping super chat money when it was believed to be going to St. Jude. But because a lot of those people weren't actually people that donated or gave a super chat, right? Donated their money to super chat to give to Diane, believing it was going to St. Jude, right? Those people's reactions and feelings about it, she doesn't give no shits about, right?
Make it right with me. Okay, do you know how many people used to be in your chats before you got shut down by Laura calling you out?
Laura?
Think about this. Okay?
I don't care about Laura.
Wait, how popular?
See, notice the sensitivity to any kind of criticism, right? Laura, right? She's stuck on Laura, right? Alicia's making a point and now she's stuck on Laura because she hates and despises that it was Laura that was part of the team of people that uncovered the fuckery that Diane was up to, meaning that she was keeping the super chat money and she wasn't sending it to where she was telling us it was going.
Were you before all of this shit went down?
It wasn't about popularity. It was about, we've been around since 2018, and it was just a place to go. People came in. It was a Tuesday and Friday thing. Let's get back to you trying to dictate to me how you think I should come back and how you think that I should donate. Let me finish. I should donate every dime of my channel to St. Jude. I'm done with that. I came on saying tonight that my biggest mistake.
I just got to say, what Alicia thinks Diane should do is not Alicia dictating Diane. Okay, you're calling it dictating. No, she's telling you what she thinks you should do. All right, she isn't dictating anything.
Was ever saying that I'm giving any of my earnings from my channel to a charity, because number one, when you tell people what you're doing, you don't do that in real life, right? Do you tell people, do you tell your friends or your neighbors, guess what, I just donated to a charity? You don't do that, right?
No, everything's done in secrecy.
Confusing word salad, right? What we do in private, right, is irrelevant. She was on a social media platform advertising the fact that the super chat from her channel went to St. Jude.
Exactly. And
that's what makes it our business.
That is, once you do that, it kind of takes away your blessing, from up above, because God said do everything in private, including prayer. So look, I'm not going to let you.
Not everything you can do. We don't. There's fundraisers I attend where they're raising money for things, or they're asking for money to donate. If there's been a hurricane or some disaster somewhere, a disaster relief fund, right? In some cases, you have to donate publicly because that's how it's done, right? No, not everything does have to be. She's shifting the goalposts here.
Tell me how
in my opinion.
But you should maybe take what I'm saying. Maybe.
No, I'm not, because I'm done with St. Jude.
Okay.
I'm done with that charity. If I decide, I do donate to other charities in my real life, but that's private. That's private.
Right, but what do you do to make up for what happened in the last 2 years?
Make up for what? I apologize for letting my friends hang. Go listen to I don't care how you deciphered what I said or you felt that
this is an entirely different tone and attitude to the live that she just came out and did, right? Which for me, the live that she came out and just did, this part apology tour, was just manipulation and more of the charm, right? To keep people on side, right? This defiance here and the attitude here, right? She doesn't really give a shit. For her, right? She's decided she's coming back and she's coming back. She'll say what she thinks she needs people to hear, right? But it's not heartfelt. It's not meant. There's no empathy there.
Wasn't sincere. But it was sincere because I
think there's a part of me. I think there's a part of me that thinks that you were sincere for hurting your friends. Because we all supported you, Diane. All of us. Okay? I was an avid watcher. And I defended you against my own friends.
Well, I don't know.
Fought with them against my own friends.
I don't even know what that means. But
when they were adamantly calling you out for being a scammer before you were ever outed.
Well, I'm not a scammer.
Well, I have to tell that me.
She hates that word.
So thank you for doing that, because no one scammed.
No one scammed. Okay.
No one scammed. That includes.
So where are the receipts then for all the money you sent?
Never scammed. Okay. Never. I don't think they would ever scam.
And I didn't scam anyone.
Right.
There are no receipts to date to prove that she sent any super chat money to St. Jude, right? There's odd ones that she made recently when she was being harassed for the receipts, and suddenly they had like recent dates on. There is no receipts going back the 2 years to prove that she sent any super chat to St. Jude. That's the problem. She keeps telling people she's not a scammer. She has an issue with that word, that term, right? But what else do you call it when somebody that is hell-bent on facts, receipts and dates sat on a channel for 3-4 years demanding that whatever anybody said about somebody else, they have receipts to back it up, right? And yet here she is, the one that's been calling for receipts the entire time in the drama community. She has no receipts to prove that all her super chat money went to St. Jude. It never went. She made the recent donations, right? And that is it. That's what I believe.
Okay.
I mean, there's people on both sides that support you. I mean, it's Robbie's, you know. So
he came into the chat.
okay,
the chat.
Okay, but can we please like make it right? I mean, we look forward to your show every week. Okay, we enjoyed you. A lot of us loved you. I cared for you probably more than my own friends because I really looked up to you. But we're all butthurt. We're hurt over what happened. We feel that maybe you should make it right if you're going to come back and start a channel.
Wait, no, it was you that said it. It was you.
But there's a lot of people in the chat that feel the same way to make it right.
So you think I can make it right that I take my next year's earnings off of my YouTube channel and give it to St. Jude? That's how you think it's going to be? I'm going to make it right.
It's an attempt.
A portion of it. Maybe a portion.
The fact that she has no remorse, that the money that people gave her honestly and believed it was going to St. Jude, the fact that she has no remorse or empathy towards those people or shame, right, is astounding to me. It speaks to her pathology. That's what it speaks to. Okay. There's no empathy. There's no remorse, no conscience.
You went real light, and I don't
what
like real
personality has no conscience?
And when I was on my channel, we didn't allow real lifers, and we didn't allow doxers, and now it's running rampant in this
But
community.
she's gone real life because she's taken super chat money, promised it was going to St. Jude, and then she can't show receipts to prove that it ever went there, right? That's going real life, right? That's taking things real life, because that's taking somebody's money by deception, right? It's fooling people to give you super chat money by deception. It's fraud. It's fraudulent, right? It's scamming type behavior. Okay. She is a control freak. She is obsessed with people having receipts and proof, and yet the person that is all about proof and receipts has none. She has none.
Admit I was wrong and I never did it again.
Okay, but again, you want me, that's what you want me to do. You want me to donate to a charity that I no longer want to donate to.
Because donate to another charity.
No, I'm not going to do it.
What she's meaning is, Alicia, right? Whatever you get from your channel now, right? If you're coming back, give it away, right? Publicly. Let people see that you want to at least make an attempt of giving the money that was given to you back, right? Into something good or positive. It will help you for your image in the same breath, right? Ever the narcissistic personality? No. Selfish, all about herself.
I donate in my real life. It's my business, what I donate to.
So this is, you do consider this a business?
No, I didn't say that. I said that I donate in my real life.
Okay.
It's none of anyone's business. I said it's none of anyone's business.
You made it YouTube's business for 2.5 years.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying what people are thinking. I'm not attacking you.
No, you're not saying what people are thinking. It's coming out of
So you can see that Alicia's trying to have a conversation, right? Using intelligence. There's no emotion attached, right? And Diane, or Diane's channel rather, is having huge reactions to the things that Alicia's saying. She's heavily on the defense. Narcissistic personalities are very, very defensive and hypersensitive to criticism. Listen to this conversation. She is hypersensitive to criticism. Anything she says, she's jumping on her. She is very, very, very defensive, in my opinion.
Mouse.
Well, I think for a lot of people here. I do.
Oh my God! All right.
I'm not. Look,
I came here tonight. I came on my channel tonight to, after speaking with people over the course of the summer who, that I talked to offline, that I just decided to, come live tonight. You turned it into something, whatever it is. I don't even know why.
It's not even drama. We're speaking peacefully in here. Nobody's arguing. No one's calling you any names. At all. Nobody's attacking you in the chat. No one. They just want answers.
They want answers about what?
Where the money went.
I sent thousands of dollars to St. Jude, and that every bit of my merch was tagged to go to St. Jude and went there, and St. Jude appreciates the money that I gave them. What more do you want? What more do you want?
There are no receipts to prove this. right? She kept saying that lawyers were involved and she was getting things wrote up and she was going to show the proof, right? Delaying tactics the whole time, right? Nothing was ever shown because she didn't have anything to show. She played games, cat and mouse games, right? Having people chasing her around, right? And the whole entire time she knew she had no evidence to show people because she'd kept that money. She'd kept it all. She'd kept it, right? Now people keep trying to argue, oh, you know, well, I think she started out trying to do the right thing and the money ran away with her. Listen to me, right? A healthy, empathic person, right, wouldn't do that, okay? The money just doesn't look too much and you decide, oh, you know what, I'm going to keep that, right? If you're doing something for charity and you're an honest person and you decide to change your mind, you articulate it, right? If you're the type that decides, oh, you know, like is telling people all the right things, but behind the scenes you're doing all the wrong things and keeping it, right? People keep trying to make this into Diane's channel being a good person and it was some kind of accident or some kind of money took over and, you know, she never meant to take it, right? Just saying that she never meant to take it and this kind of just happened is blame shifting, right? It's taking any responsibility and accountability that she needs to take away from her. You're helping her blame shift, right? You're making excuses because, right, it makes you uncomfortable having to think bad of her because you are emotionally attached to a person on the internet that you have never even seen, right? Never even seen, isn't a real life friend, right? And even knowing all of that, you'd rather stay attached to this stranger on the internet, presenting herself in a way that you can't know to be true, and that was taking money the entire time. That uncomfortable truth, right, bothers people. They'd rather remain in the fantasy that Diane was a good person. She helped them with their channels, right? She was a good person and a good friend. They don't want to believe that that was the mask, right? Right? And then in the same breath, they're the types of people that want to talk about narcissism, right? But for some of these people, they're only a narcissist or only toxic if they don't like them, right? If they've got an attachment to them or they like them, right, that means that they can't be toxic. And for me, that's the instance with this, right? The people that are still going along with her and believing her, right, are the people that can't stand the truth if it's uncomfortable. If it makes them feel uncomfortable in any way, right, they will avoid it and run the idea that they want to believe, oh, it was an accident that she took the money. She didn't really mean to take it. It just got the best of her. Seeing all that money there every week or every month, the temptation got too much. No, right? A healthy person with empathy, with a conscience, would have kept giving the money where it was believed to go and would have been showing the receipts the entire time, right? She was clever about it. She took her receipts down off the community page, the ones that she actually did show, right? And she continued taking the money and she knew she was keeping it. She had over, there's 365 days in a year, right? She had over 700 days of taking that money, of knowing she was taking that money, and she never did anything about it. She continued taking the money, right? She had over 100 weeks of collecting money off people where they believed it was going to St. Jude. 100 weeks, right? Over 100 weeks. That's a long time. And every Tuesday and Friday, or Tuesday and Thursday, the 2 days, whatever it was, right? She knew as those Tuesdays and Thursdays approached that she'd be keeping the money. She knew ahead of time and she continued doing it, right? But people want to believe this was a person that money just got the better of them and they really didn't mean to do it and they feel bad and now they've come back. Absolute insanity. This is what I mean with emotional thinkers. They'll bend the truth and make the truth be a truth that they're comfortable with rather than reality.
Parenting?
In my opinion.
It's over. It's done.
Yeah, but it's not forgot.
Well, then don't forget. I don't forget that you went real life with Molly Golightly and Tiffany, and now they're off exploiting children. I don't care. Alicia, I don't care. I never wanted to argue with you. I never threatened you. You came on here saying that I threatened you.
You kind of did. You threatened to go legal, Diane.
No, not on you. What I said was, the charges could be pressed on Tiffany for wiretapping because she recorded that call. That's what I told you. I never threatened you. No, that's not a threat. That's
It's my idea.
Well, I didn't know it was your idea.
Yes, it was my idea. Of course, it was my idea.
I didn't know that it was.
It wasn't my idea to call your ex-husband. I didn't care about that.
Listen, I don't care about that because I can go on. I can have a whole panel about my ex-husband and what a fucking deadbeat cheater he was, and have a ball. And it wouldn't be slander because it's true. So I don't care about that so much. But I happen to have called them, and they said that they didn't speak to anyone. So here's the thing: I don't care.
Right. So he was abusive, right? And was, what did she say? Hang on.
Maybe they called the wrong guy.
I don't care about that so much. But I happen to have called them, and they said that they didn't speak to anyone.
Ex-husband. I didn't care about that.
Listen, I don't care about that because I can go on. I can have a whole panel about my ex-husband and what a fucking deadbeat cheater he was, and have a ball. And it wouldn't be slander because it's true.
So he's a deadbeat
I don't
cheater.
care about that so much.
But then she wants to believe us to believe that she called him, and he was honest with her and said nobody called.
Because he's a Christian and he's a deacon in a church. So I really
and he's a Christian and a deacon in a church, but he's a deadbeat
say that I'm
cheater.
a psycho and he just want to go down that road. That
And he wouldn't call her
it's more like I wouldn't
a
want to go down
psycho.
that road of what I had to endure in that marriage. That's why he's an ex.
And the things that she had to endure in that marriage, but yet he'd be.
Ex's mother is totally different than promising a community that 100% of donations is going
he'd
towards an
not-
organization.
I'm done here. Listen, I'm done here. We went through this. I came, and I happen to know him. Would say that I'm a psycho and he just want to go down that road.
So he was
That
such a
doesn't even-
deadbeat and a cheater that she could do a live stream on him, and it wouldn't be slander the things she talked about, and she could go on for a long time about the things he did to her in that marriage. He's a deacon at a church, but she wants us to believe that yes, she called him and he said to her, no, nobody's called me, blah 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 blah. Really? Bullshit.
It's more like I wouldn't want to go down that
None of
road
that
of
makes
what
any
I had
sense.
to endure in that marriage. That's why he's an ex.
He wouldn't say anything bad about her, right? But that's the attitude that she has towards him, really. And he was a deadbeat and a cheater, so that speaks to his personality. But all of us, and he's a deacon, right? So he just said to her, "No, nobody's called me, nothing."
I just
whatever.
think that people, calling your ex's
There's
mother
holes in
is
that
totally
story.
different than promising a community that 100% of donations is going towards an organization.
I'm done here. Listen, I'm done here. We went through this. I came here to apologize.
She will not
comparing
discuss
what I
it,
did,
right?
something
That was
else
the
I did.
insane thing. The whole time that this was going on, she would not address the actual issue. She would go around the houses. There'd be a shit ton of word salad, right? Manipulation, misdirection, blame shifting, twisting people's words. I never... Stop calling it donations. I never said I was donating my money to St. Jude. I never said I was donating my money to St. Jude. Changing the goalposts when the whole entire time there's recordings of her saying all super chat from my channel goes to St. Jude, right? It even used to say it running across the screen, super chats go to St. Jude. But then she's denying that that was ever said, and she will not discuss that aspect. That point that people need to know, she will not discuss it. Listen.
Yeah, because I find it real.
Listen.
Towards an organization.
I'm done here. Listen, I'm done here. We went through this. I came here to
We went
apologize.
through this.
Comparing what
No,
I
we
did
never.
to something else that you did.
Yeah,
It's
because
never been
I
gone
find it
through.
really dirty what you did. I don't go real life. I don't dox people. I don't allow.
And now suddenly it's about doxing people and I don't go real life. No, but you'll sit on your channel for over 2 years with a thing running across your screen saying your super chat money goes to St. Jude, but Alicia's worse than you, because that's the passive aggression in that statement. I don't go real life. I don't like doxers. Right? She's using misdirection to shift the direction of this conversation to get it off her, because Alicia just said prior to that, right? What did she say? Let's listen.
Than promising a community that 100% of donations is going towards an organization.
I'm done here. Listen, I'm done here.
Misdirection now.
You're comparing what I did to something else that you did.
Yeah, because I find it really dirty what you did. I don't go real life. I don't dox people. I don't allow those kind of people in my world and in my community. Before all this real life shit started happening around here, the drama community didn't go for that.
Mm-hmm.
People in the community have always
I can't
fucking
do
been shared shit. There's always been someone.
In the drama community.
Exactly.
That's going real life.
All right, listen. I came on here tonight to apologize. I got off because it's late, and I apologize if you don't accept my apology.
No. I didn't say
You
that.
don't have to. And if the people who came into my
It's just going to be an apology, and that's it. There's going to be no explanation. There's going to be no proof shown, right? She's going to give this fake apology, stick a band-aid on it, right? And she expects everybody to move forward. There'll be no more discussion going forward whatsoever of whether her super chat money went to St. Jude, right? Typical narcissistic behaviour. All about her, what she wants, what she needs, what she's decided, right? And what she says goes. Period. End of story, right? Period. End of story. And people think there's nothing wrong with this behaviour.
Listen to me, don't want to accept it. I understand that. I don't understand that. If they want to call me dirty, they can. This community is filth. I don't care anymore. This community has turned into filth.
This community is filth, really? But you're coming back.
And NewsTubers Live, you make one more fucking video about me calling me a scammer, and I will strike the fuck out of you.
See, hypersensitive to criticism. There's NewsTubers in the chat, right? And she makes comedy series about the fuckery in our community, right? It's just light-hearted humour, it's light-hearted laughter, right? But she doesn't like the way she's portrayed on it. You continue making things of me and I'm going to strike the fuck out of you, right? She cannot take any kind of negativity ever.
For real.
She can't laugh at herself.
For real, who are you? I do know who you are. I do know who you are because someone told me.
Oh, right, so she's just said she doesn't like the fact of real life and people go in real life, and then she's saying, who are you? Who are you? Oh, I know who you are. I found out who you are. You're from the Kanika Jenkins community, right? Well, make your mind up.
The Kanika Jenkins community.
Listen.
For real, who are you? I do know who you are. I do know who you are because someone told me where you came from, the Kanika Jenkins community. Get the fuck out of here. The nerve of you having the nerve to call me out on anything with your stupid cartoons. So now, you're not one of the people that I apologize to because you were never in my world before. You were never one of my subscribers or my people, so I don't care about you. My apology was not to you. My apology was going back to the people who I have known since 2017. So I am sorry again if
I think NewsTubers depicts a great picture of this community, you know, in her little video.
Yeah, I know, because they don't have anybody depicting who they are from their community. So,
well, they're not involved in any drama. Duh.
I see people from both sides up in here. They're not. Nobody's really.
It's from an observer's perspective. Seeing the funny side of it.
I went on my channel and I apologized. And if people don't want to accept my apology, I understand it. If it's going to take them time to accept my apology, that's also fine. The things that I want to do in my...
See, that's more being objective here, right? Not taking Diane's side in any way, but being more objective here. That's more a realistic response. I understand. I'm going to give my apology, and I understand if people don't want to accept it. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
To accept my apology, I understand it. If it's going to take them time to accept my apology, that's also fine. The things that I want to do in my channel have nothing specifically to do with the drama community. I'm sorry you disagree with the fact that family bloggers do exploit their children.
Here she goes with that. That's my thing.
Not all of that.
Always mix my shit.
Well, there's
always.
a channel who absolutely talks about it day in and day out, and you're wrong. But that's okay. We did a couple streams on Truthfully Trisha, but other than that, we started doing things on different things to help people in the community. Our community was always about helping people, whether it was chronic pain or it was...
See, this is absolutely delusional. Occasionally, from time to time, there was a stream that was about something in particular, but the run of the week, twice a week, was about humiliating other people, small channels, very, very, very small channels, or people that didn't even have a channel or any kind of position to be able to fire back. They didn't have like an audience, say, right? That's all it was about: humiliating, embarrassing, publicly embarrassing and humiliating people, and pushing them and saying the most cruel things, and expecting one person, right, to be able to handle 600 to 700 people in a chat all saying the most hate-filled, nastiest shit you could think of, directed all at one person. It was sick. Her perception of how her channel was is grandiose, right? She perceives it to have been this great channel that did great things, right? It was a bully channel, end of. It bullied people, right? It bullied people, like it or not, it did. They would pick on one particular person. There's two of them up there mocking them and laughing at them, right? Humiliating them in front of a huge audience, and it was like an arena. It was like an arena where if it was you that had said the wrong thing, your card would be up, and it would be you that would be getting dragged. It didn't matter if you had relationships with people in those chats, in the chat, right? Everybody pretty much would be going at one person and slagging them off, even if they'd never even met him or ever had a conversation in another chat with him. They'd join in the hate, right? And then they'd be writing hate-filled comments on the super chats and sending them to Diane and be writing on them for the kids while they're bashing another human being. But they think it made it right because they were sending them to a children's hospital for cancer. When we come to find out the money was never even going there in the first place, right? Her channel was not how she perceives it to be at all. She has deleted and privated so many streams to cover up the truth as well. Put them all back up if I'm wrong. Put them all back up.
It was about dementia. That's what we did on my channel. And then, little by little, more drama came. We started doing ladies' night. It was called Girls' Night Out. Listen, it's a drama community. I can't move my real estate, but it definitely can, build up a new audience into going into different things.
Okay.
It is what it is. Like I said, I came here tonight and I apologize, and you had to put a kibosh on it or try to.
No, I'm not doing that.
Well, you did. I heard you.
No, Diane, I'm just saying that's what would probably make people more. They would feel comfortable.
And there's Love Shack Sarah saying, I direct Truthfully Trish and Dr. Phil. I didn't even know Wendy back then. No
so you can see the way this conversation's going.
So everybody needs to get that right. I'm so tired of hearing that Wendy dragged Truthfully Trish on there. She didn't. She was already on the show. She was already there in California when this whole thing popped off. I wasn't part of it. I didn't know those people back then. So you're wrong, Love Shack Sarah. And you were part of Going Real Life. And you're wrong. My cat's name is Coco. Probably belongs to Nancy Wallace, who is an associate of Bob. So you're a crazy person. Get the fuck out of my life. And stay out of it. So thank you very much, Alicia, for having a thoughts on Diane's comeback and trying to stir up more shit, because all you did was end up fucking pissing me off. And you know what? The one time that I did drag somebody on my channel, it was funny. It was Manuel.
The one time I did drag somebody on my channel, it was a twice weekly occurrence. A twice weekly occurrence. That is what it was. Somebody's name would be up and your card would be up and the whole entire chat would join in, right? That's what it would be. She is delusional at this point.
That's where, all the funny shit came from. That was one time, and I took it down when Randy and I, talked. So I don't compare to people. I don't drag people for filth. Yeah, well, Bob is floating out. You're so funny, Natalie. Listen, all of you people. This is the reason
Insanity.
why I don't want to be around this
totally delusional. She doesn't want to be around us anymore because she doesn't want to hear these things, right? She has to keep shifting reality, right? It's all narcissistic. They have to keep dodging, shifting, changing what the truth is to a version that suits them better. If she was healthy minded, she would be able to reflect and with introspection look back at her channel and see the things that she did twice a week, but she can't do it, right? She refuses to do it, right? She can't take any kind of criticism. She cannot handle it. Her ego cannot handle it. She claims that she only ever dragged one person and then took the video down when they asked. Totally delusional in my opinion.
This is an improvement compared to the stream you had, 4 months ago? And 1,000 people were trolling you. Remember that?
But listen, I didn't even care about that. Tonight I didn't even look at my chat at all when I was apologizing. All I care about
against you. A few trolls.
I care about the people who cared about me, and that's who I apologize to. Period.
See how simple, cut and dried it is for her? I apologize to the people that cared about me. Period. That's it. Right? No accountability, no care at all for the fact that she lied to an entire community. Right? This is a community of people. Nobody gets to say who's more valid or invalid than any other person. Everybody counts here. Even the people we don't like, they count. Their voices count. Their opinions count, right? It doesn't just have to be the people that she likes whose opinions count on what she did with the super chat money by not showing receipts and spending it. It's insanity. Like, if I do something horrendously wrong in that community, even the people I don't like are allowed to have an opinion on that. And just because I don't like them doesn't mean that their opinion is invalid. Right? But this is what she's trying to make out how it is. Only the people she likes, right? Opinions matter. Well,
I'm not going to fight with you anymore.
Well, listen, Alicia, I never wanted to fight with you.
We were never fighting to begin with. But I'm just saying, hey, I'm like throwing out some examples here. Like maybe if you came back and tried to make it right.
I'm not going to do that. That was a ridiculous thing to even say.
No, it wasn't.
You think that's what I should do with my channel? It's just ridiculous to throw that out into the wind. That's what pissed me off. So, look, again, I came on tonight to apologize. The people who supported me, the people that were, definitely...
Wendy was used as a punching bag,
I apologize. How many times are you going to say it? First of all, you don't know anything about my friendships with either one of those.
But I watched what they went through, Diane.
I know, and so did I. So what
so
are you trying to
hypersensitive.
Are you trying to reprimand me
everything.
Again after I...
Over the top reactions. Disproportionate reactions to the situation. Take note of them.
Okay, and defend them when they get attacked again, probably tomorrow.
Well, no, I don't think that they will get attacked, but I think that some of your live stream and the way you were presenting it, you were putting that out there that people are going to get attacked for supporting me.
Oh yeah, they will. You know it.
Well, why are you putting that out into the universe?
Because we know how the universe works. We know how the universe handles things. We know how this community is.
Oh my God. As though what Alicia says is going to come to fruition. Look, right? People are going to have an opinion on people going back into Diane's chat after what she did, period. Not because Alicia said anything, right? Because that would be a normal reaction. You've watched someone for over 3 years collect money, right? And say it was the super chat money was all going to St. Jude, right? You all realise that this person was lying the entire time. They disappear, come back. People are going to have an opinion on what they're watching, right? That's what we're all there doing in the drama community. People are having opinions on things, and then people will have a different opinion to someone else, and then drama will kick off. That's how the whole cycle rolls, right? Alicia is not breathing into existence people having an opinion on who goes back in Diane's chat. That is going to happen. People are going to have an opinion.
People are, Diane. I know I was attacked. Okay, for going on your stream and defending myself.
Okay, so then let it die. Why can't you just let that die too?
Let it die?
You've all to let it die on her say so, when she says so. She wants it to be over now because she's decided she's coming back. So let it all just be over. Just drop it, stop it, leave it be.
Never let it die. You keep repeating it over and over and over again.
That's because they continuously call us out for supporting you or saying anything positive.
Let me just tell you this. I do not believe that over the past month or two or whatever, maybe in the beginning people were going after everybody, but again, I apologize. I don't know what more you want. The only reason I came up here is
accountability and responsibility for what you did.
I think it's a great suggestion.
Well, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you wanted to make that suggestion, you should have come to me in private. I don't know why you would put that out there and think that you have the right to say how I should move forward with my channel.
Oh my God, the narcissism, right? How do you have the right to suggest what I should do with my channel, right? Wow, right? So she can't even just say what she thinks. There's with narcissistic personalities, right? There's always lines and boundaries that you don't know anything about that they set. They set how you're going to be, the things that you're going to be allowed to discuss with them, talk about, the things that you can suggest. There's always this huge control issue with controlling what you're allowed to say, suggest, ask them, right? And here it is in plain sight. You should have come to me in private, but how do you have the nerve to even suggest that? As though she has suggested some heinous, crazy, insane thing, right? Wow.
I'm telling you what people are thinking.
And here's Steph calling me a St. Jude scammer. I didn't scam anyone. And you can even ask Wendy, and you can even ask Randy. There was no scam. So the fact of the matter is, Steph,
there was no scam. Did you hear that?
Pictures you took of Bob's boat while you did your little drive-by. Because that's what you took a picture of, right?
Now, can you give me your opinion on something? Laura's the one that did ask Stephanie to do that. So does Laura get blamed, or does Stephanie get blamed?
Laura's a complete asshole. I mean, let's face it. Laura's a complete asshole. That's what she does.
Okay, so should Laura get blamed or should Stephanie get blamed?
Both of them.
But who's more at fault, Laura or Stephanie?
Oh my God! I don't really, at this point, I don't really care. It's in the past. Okay. It's really in the past. Laura's an asshole.
All right. So that's all right. But you notice how she gave Alicia a lot of shit to deflect about her calling who Alicia called with the going real life thing. She's completely outraged. But this side of the real life thing, she doesn't give a shit about. She's quickly wanting to move on. Wow.
Because she was trying to make money off of that. That was her whole thing. She said to Steph, we'll make money. And Steph said, I don't want money, but that's what Laura's about. Get a picture of Diane and we'll make money, because that's what Laura's about. Give me money for this, give me money for that, give me money for that. I have a picture of Diane, I'll sell it, blah, 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 blah. That's what Laura is.
So should I be singled out for going real life on you when the 3 people that I was friends with went real life?
No, absolutely not. That's why I didn't call Molly out. That video had been hanging around the community for about 3 weeks. Okay, somebody had it. But they only put a clip out. They didn't put the whole video out. So all I did was put the video out. I uploaded it because I didn't call her out, because I wouldn't have called her out. Because I personally don't give a shit if she buys
all these crazy mind games instead of just saying it clearly.
The point was that she didn't like it when she got called a con in that video. She went ballistic. She said,
"Oh, they used to call her that all the time. Remember?"
She said, "How dare you? How dare you call me a con? That's equivalent to you calling me a rapist and a racist." I mean, she went nuts. That's the only reason.
Narcissistic
Right? That's
personalities
the
are
only
insane.
reason
Absolutely insane.
that I put that out.
Madness.
I just wanted people to hear it. That's all.
Well, there was a time I think she offered that 50% of
Thousands
everything
of
went to St.
dollars
Jude or
meant
something. I
for
remember
the
her saying that.
hospital
Look,
that
that's
researches medicine for children with cancer. She spent, right? She spent. And she expects to come back to this community and there be no confrontation, no issue. And it's shocking to me that people, her friends, are just going to allow and overlook what she did. That tells me the type of boundaries that they keep, right? Very poor boundaries. They will allow people to betray them, right? Lie to them about who they are and what they're doing, and they will still be friends with them, right? They keep no boundaries. Boundaries protect you. Why would you not want to protect yourself? Somebody that can lie to that degree, I mean, think about it. Every single day when they spoke or they were around the community, they were acting with an air of authority as though that they were a squeaky clean person that was the do-gooder, right? She walked around as though she was the best of the best, and the giving the money to St. Jude was like the cherry on top, right? I give to St. Jude. She had an air of arrogance and an air of entitlement the way she walked around the community, and people looked up to her because she donated all the super chat, and because of the way she represented herself, it was all a lie. And yet you've got people that keep such poor boundaries, they're going to allow this type of a person, right? Think about the lying involved and the deception involved in doing something like that and keeping that from people, right? Never telling them the truth. Do you know what, guys? I'm not going to keep donating this to St. Jude anymore. I'm going to do it a different way. I'm just going to give the merch money, and I've decided I'm going to keep the super chat money. She didn't have the balls or the integrity to be honest for over 200 days, over 200 weeks, over 700 days. She kept that up, right? And people still want to be friends with her. I'm going to close this off here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave a like, leave a dislike, share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. And until next time, love lots and bye for now.